Howdy Tutti Fruities, it's iNavingeR, and today I am bringing you a brand new series that me and my good buddy Shmeckledorf are going to be starting, and this series is going to be called BroTalk. This is part 1, part 2 will be available on Shmeckledorf's channel, so if you like what you see, go check it out. It's a pretty chill series, just talking about bro stuff, so if you're a bro, let's talk. Anyway, Shmeckledorf, how you doing?
What up, guys? Shmeckledorf here. I'm doing pretty good. This would be a podcast, but Spathik ditched us, so here goes bro talking. You guys are reaping the benefits of his laziness. Let's do this thing. So I actually had a topic for today, and my topic was how YouTube isn't living up to his potential. And what I kind of mean by that is the fact that I think that YouTube could be the most awesome interactive website in the world, and in reality, it's not that way. Like, I don't know about your guys' experience, but personally, I don't get a much interaction with my community. I mean, I get more than the average person. Like, I'm probably at like 10% interaction, like 10% of my views. iNavingeR, you're a little lower than that, right?
Yeah, I definitely am. I don't know what exactly percentage-wise I'm at, but it's probably lower than 10. So it's definitely not that great, and I'm not quite sure why that is. So.
But that's like the interesting thing to me is that that's normal as far as YouTube is concerned. Like, that's not shocking. That's kind of just how people are when it comes to this whole YouTube community thing. And I feel like the people who actually put in the effort to get to know us and contact us get the most out of YouTube, and I kind of wonder why more people don't do that.
Yeah, and if you think about it, I know this thought just came into my mind. How many times am I actually on YouTube and watching videos or just searching for something? I'll go and find that video that I'm looking for, but I won't even subscribe. I won't like, I won't go to that whoever made the video, and I won't go look at their other content because, quite frankly, I don't care. I found what I was looking for, so what's the big deal? And I think that's kind of the mentality that a lot of people have. They'll just go on to YouTube and just search for stuff, and they don't really, maybe they don't have a channel, or they just don't really feel like taking that extra time and subscribing or liking or whatever, whatever the deal is. And I feel like that's probably where a lot of this stuff comes from. We both have over 200 subscribers. You're at 240 something right now, maybe. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting at 202. And I mean, just from talking before we started this, we definitely both have like kind of, I don't want to say frustrations, but it's like, we have all these subscribers and that's great, but in reality, I'm averaging maybe 40 views a video, and I forget what you said you were averaging, something like
160.
160? Yeah, so, I mean, definitely, we have all these subscribers, but, a lot of them don't even watch the video, let alone, like, comment, subscribe, and it's just like, if you just took, I know you were saying this earlier, if you took that extra, couple seconds and just write a comment, even if it's just, oh, nice video, I like what you're doing, just that little thing gets you out there and you can start other conversation, and that would really spawn like a better, I don't know what the word would be, like a better community for your own personal channel. And I think that would really be probably what I would be going for most out of YouTube. For me personally, it's not about, it's not about getting all these subscribers or getting view counts that are through the roof. I mean, that'd be nice, but in the end, I would be happy to not have that many, as long as, people interacted with me. And that's probably my biggest frustration, is that people don't interact as much as I would want them to. Personally, for videos, they just don't interact. They'll watch the video and that's it. I don't know. I just found that pretty frustrating. What about you?
Well, what I think is really interesting is that if you look at someone who has, 100,000 views per video, there's just literally a mob of kids who all they want to do is talk to them once. If that kid likes one of their comments, they, just freak out. And it's interesting because that kind of tells you that kids want a community, they want people to talk to, they want people with similar interests. Like, you want a gang, you want your little pack of kids that you run around with, and that's cool and all. And I think no one does that on YouTube. Facebook's that way, Twitter's that way, all these other social sites are that way. But YouTube really isn't. There isn't that much, like, there's not friends on YouTube, I think would be a good example. No one ever messages people. There's no, like, good messaging system on YouTube. You don't meet anyone with similar interests. But the thing is, as many likes as you click on Facebook, it gives you suggested friends or whatever. I think YouTube might even be a better gauge, because for you to end up on the same video as someone, especially one that only has 30 or 40 views, or slightly more than that, chances are you guys have a lot in common. You like the same style of commentator. You like what they're talking about, which means you like what they're into. There's, like I was saying earlier, 7 billion people in the world. The chances of you two ending up on the same video, it's further than coincidence. Like, there's potential for all of us to be just like a really cool, tight-knit community and play games together and interact and help each other out, but it's not that way. It's just like, it's almost like a blog. It's almost like we're just putting this out into the world and never getting anything back, and I don't think it needs to be that way. Like, seriously, when someone drops, I don't know about you, when someone drops a 5-second comment and they say, hey, I really like this video series, keep this up, it makes my day. Like, literally makes my day. And the other thing is, like, it helps me know what you guys like and what videos I should produce, because it's honestly hard. Like, it's an example as you as a listener, if you've never made a video. So think about in school when you have to give like an 8-minute presentation, and think about how much time and effort you have to put into presenting to make sure you know your topic and you know everything that you want to say, and you don't want to sound stupid in front of your friends, right? Well, imagine doing that every couple days, and you can't rehearse it. No one's there to grade. Like, it's ridiculous. It's a lot of. It's not. I'm not trying to complain. Like, I love doing it, but I mean, some feedback would help it so much, I would think, and you just don't really see that in the community for whatever reason.
I think. Now, with Facebook and Twitter and other social media sites where the main group of people that you interact with are people that you, in general, know in real life. And I think that might have something to do with why people are more open to interacting on those sites, because you have that personal connection and you know these people on a different level than, say, YouTube. So with YouTube, I mean, especially if you look at the big commentators, the ones with like millions of subs. So like Woody's Gamertag, he has over 1 million, and some of those other big guys, Wings has I don't know how many. There's no way that they know all of those people, even know their names. A lot of people just subscribe to them because they're big. They don't even subscribe to them because they like their content. I kind of feel like they just kind of do what other people do. So, oh, that guy has a lot of subscribers. He's got to be good. Click subscribe. Boom. And that's it. There's no personal, there's no personality relationship thing going on there. Whereas in Facebook, you know these people and you can friend them if you met them and you hung out once or twice and you thought they were really cool people. Add them as a friend, talk to them, keep in touch, that kind of a thing. And I think that might have a big thing to do with it, because I don't want to say on Facebook people are obligated to like the things that you put out there, but it's almost like they are. And on YouTube, since that personality isn't there, it's like they don't feel obligated to, oh, well, I liked this video, but I'm not gonna like it, or I'm not gonna comment. That it's just not there, and I don't know. I think that might have something to do with it, to be honest.
Well, I think you're absolutely right that like, you don't know the people as much, but I guess my response to that would be like, that's almost a decision. So if you look, my example would be Frickbot. We both spent an evening playing with him tonight. Frickbot went out of his way. He added my gamer tag, and because of that, we've become good friends. Like, I text Frickbot. I've got his personal phone number. Like, we hang, like, we talk all the time. We talk about life. We've talked about each other's lives. Like, he's a genuine friend, someone that I can share something with. And it was just, we both have a lot of similar interests, and YouTube is how we connected. And like, there's no reason more subscribers couldn't do that, is what I'm saying. Like, basically, YouTube gives you an opportunity, and not a lot of people seek it. You know what I mean? Like, for example, so like, the difference between us and those giant channels, one, what I'd say, obviously they're a little bit better at what they do, but just they've kind of got like a mob mentality, and the chances of your voice getting through to them is really small. But especially with small channels like yours, Spathik's and I's, like, if someone gave us, they had a really a good question or something they were wondering about in life, and they could like, ask us, we would do a commentary on that for them, no question. And people in the comments could give their opinion, and you could get a discussion going. Like let's say someone wanted to know what a good college major would be. or something like that. You know, they don't have any experience and they want to know, or what video game should they buy? If they're looking to buy a new video game, what game should I buy? You know, I could do a commentary, you know, this is a good game, and people could comment, well, you know, this is true, but I also like this, and you could kind of get like a group understanding and like collaboration thing going, and just there's nothing. Like, it's just weird. The way I look at it is like I get like 160 views and like 20 comments, so there's 140 people who watch my video and they just check out. Like, our relationship is I talk at them. And think of another time in the world where you just talk at someone. You just take in what they have to say. You give nothing back. It's like that just doesn't really exist anywhere else. It's just weird.
Yeah. And so kind of going off of what you were saying about Frickbot, that's kind of that's not exactly how me and Spathik kind of met, but we met through a mutual friend, and it kind of started with our, you know, our Halo 3 clan, air quotes there, but it started with that, and we kind of played on Xbox, and I know it's not YouTube, but it's kind of the same thing, in the sense that these people that you don't know, you just happen to stumble upon in the same lobby in matchmaking, or through other mutual friends, and then, like me and Spathik, we kind of just played more, and then eventually got to the point where we realized, hey, we kind of live in the same area, and I mean, it's not like this is a surprise to us, but we decided we were going to hang out once or twice, and then it just turned into this big bromance, and I mean, that's kind of just how it started, and I feel like YouTube could definitely be that way. You know, I tell my subscribers all the time, well, maybe not all the time, but I tell them, like, I only have, I think, 40 friends on my friends list. I was like, if you want to add me, feel free, like, go ahead and add me. I'm not one of those guys that's gonna like turn you down just because I don't know who you are. Like, if I get a random friend request and it's not, as long as it's not someone that I just got done playing and we might have wrecked them and that's the only reason they're wanting to be my friend. Like, if it's a sub or something, like, yeah, I would love to play with them. You know, I'd love to accept that friend request, and, you know, it could turn into something where, like, your situation with Frickbot. But I feel like maybe a lot of people don't really understand that, or maybe they just don't care. I don't know what the gap is there, but, you know, there's definitely that bridge that needs to be, you know, made, and that will, you know, connect YouTube with Xbox, and then who knows where it would go from there.
Well, I think a good YouTube example would be I made a video in January, and the second message I replied was by some kid named Spathola, and he said, "Hey, I'm a fellow YouTuber. You should add me on Xbox Live and let's play sometime." And so I was like, wow, look at this kid. He's got like 2,600 subs. This guy is huge. And I was super nervous, and I was scared to talk to him, and I couldn't believe he would add me, and he added me. And then it turns out he had just started a new channel called Spathik YT. Like, that's how I met Spathik. A lot of people think that I know iNavingeR and I know Spathik, but no. Spathik reached out. We had a lot in common because we were obviously in the same community, and I think all of my subscribers really are in that same community. And here we are now. Like, a lot of people, you know, like, you can see how good of friends, like, right now I'm, you know, doing a hangout and doing BroTalk with Cameron, and the only reason that we're talking right now is because someone made an effort on YouTube to reach out and make, like, just be a good, well, not just be a good person, but just, like, be an active member of the community. And, like, I'm not saying that there's not active people in the community. Like, there's tons of people, like I said, I get like 20 comments a video, and they're awesome, and I love them, each and every one. If I can reply, I do. But what I'm saying is, like, that 140 number, that the rest of them, that's what really confuses me, is why they don't even try to become a part of this. I don't know. It baffles me.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't want this to come off badly, and I feel like it might, but hear me out. In your case, you said that other 140 that don't try and be a part of the community. Why bother then? Why even subscribe? I mean, I get that you like the content, and that's when YouTube comes down to it, it's about what content you want to see, and good content, and that the whole 9 yards. I understand it's not about making friends. It's about putting stuff out there for other people to see. But it just comes naturally to, if you connect with someone on YouTube, through their videos and through their content, and you start conversing back and forth. I mean, it's just going to come naturally. You'll start playing Xbox together, you'll be friends, and then you've got, you know, you've got things like me and Shmeckledorf here, or me and Spathik even. And I don't know. I forget what I was saying.
Well, no, I completely see what you're saying, and like another way to look at that is like, if you connect with us, even if what you say, like, let's say you have a comment where you like for example, I have a series called Dubs with Subs where I talk about just stories and things I find interesting. If you leave a comment basically like, you know, Dubs with Subs sucks, I want more tips videos, right? Right? Like, let's say you say that. I could just be like, well, thanks, you know, thanks for the honest advice, because honestly, Dubs with Subs is one of my harder series to do, and I understand that, you know, it's not always the best, because just talking to, how often do you talk to a stranger for 8 minutes with no feedback? You don't know if they're enjoying what you're saying, you don't know when to shut up. But my point is, if you make the effort to say, you know, Dubs with Subs sucks, do more tips videos, even if I don't choose to listen to you, you know, but I start making more tips videos because of that, and that's honestly how it would work, is that I would make more tips videos because of that, you're going to like my channel more. Your 2 seconds contribution helps push the channel in the direction you want to see it. And like, you wish you could do that with the big guys, and we're the little guys. We're the people who are actually going to listen, and I kind of feel that that's part of the reason that a lot of people don't even bother, is because they don't think that their feedback is going to be, you know, like, taken that seriously. You know what I mean? It's like, if you look at, you know, they're used to watching people with 2 million views, there's no way they're going to read this comment, and that it's not going to affect them. I don't think people realize that if they were to tell me that they want a series where I talk about how to do math problems, I would probably say no because I suck at math, but econ problems I might try, you know what I mean? Like, I love econ. If someone wanted to know about econ, I would do an econ series. And who else is going to have a Halo channel with an econ, you know, topic? Like, nobody. Like, you have a chance to shape what you want it to be, and nobody takes that up. It just baffles me.
Yeah. I mean, so, even going back to what you said about Dubs with Subs sucks, don't do it anymore. Even if it's not really constructive criticism, like, Dubs with Subs sucks. Okay, that's not the best constructive criticism I've ever heard. But in the same sense, at least it's some sort of feedback that, hey, there's just even this tiny little portion of my subscriber base doesn't like Dubs with Subs. Well, okay, maybe I won't do it that much, and I'll start this other series. Like, they want these tip videos, so maybe I'll start doing the tip videos instead. But keep the Dubs with Subs, then you can try and get both sides happy. And maybe they don't watch every single video, and that's because they don't like the Dubs with Subs. That's fine. But at least you're getting more of your subscribers involved. And it may just be that they don't like some of these videos and they're waiting for you to put new ones out there. And like you said, they have these feedback ideas that they just don't feel like they need to give, because he's not going to pay attention to me. I'm just one comment. He only has 240 subscribers. Well, he still won't see it. No, like, 240 subscribers, when you think about it, isn't that much. So every little comment helps, even if it is just Dubs with Subs sucks. You know what I mean? So I feel like that 5-second comment definitely would make the difference in a channel, for sure.